What's going on, boils and ghouls? Happy Friday the 13th to all of y'all. I got myself a pack of Marlboros, and it's a pretty interesting pack. I got the Marlboro Black Label cigarettes, right? Anyway, this is the front. This is the back. Bottom. Surgeon General's warning. The side says Philip Morris, made in Virginia, which is a pretty iconic state for when it comes to tobacco and a lot of other historical things. This is the top, nothing too special there. And let's go and open this bad boy. It's tight. Paper is very tight this time. It's a pretty interesting pack. Looks very gothy. And what's really cool is it's resealable. So you can close it again, and the cigarettes will still stay fairly fresh for consumption. It's a little bit tougher to get out than a normal pack because of the delicate nature of the cigs. Looks like any other normal cigarette. However, it's in the short variety, which I normally don't like to touch, but I wanted to mix things up a little bit with my smoking regimen, so I went with these because I figured they would be strong cigarettes, because Marlboro Blacks are generally a pretty strong cigarette. Anyway, here is the iconic Marlboro emblem. It's nothing too crazy, and it's a pretty small cigarette in my opinion. Would I get this pack? Only on certain occasions. I normally would get the hundreds because they're a longer smoke, along with the fact that you can rip off the filters of any cigarette and you can smoke them non-filtered. And I like smoking my hundreds non-filtered time to time because I like the full flavor intensity of the cigarette, right? Anyway, enough time bullshitting with this. Time to give this a shot. Damn. It's actually very different from 100. It's very strong, but instead of the roughness of the normal Marlboro Black cigarettes that I used to smoke, this has a more smoother flavor, and it's a very, very rich, strong cigarette. It's just in a different sense, right? And unlike the Marlboro Blacks, the normal ones that are like in the white package with the red and black highlights, that particular pack of Marlboros is very, very strong and robust and rough. These are strong and robust, but they have a more smoother flavor consistency. On a 5-star rating scale, I would rate this 4 out of 5, flat. Good smoke, very strong and robust flavors, which I enjoy for a good smoke. And these are, and this particular pack of smokes is one of my favorite Marlboro cigarette brands, other than the Marlboro Blacks. But I normally save those on days that are either tough, they're a pretty significant Gothic importance, like today, being Friday the 13th. And the last one out of this decade, so I figured to post another video of me enjoying a cigarette. And while we're on a very special day, all of y'all are probably wondering what started me to smoke. Let's just say I was 17 years old, right? I was at a local festival here in Murfreesboro called the Apple Festival. I noticed one of my friends, Tyler, was there, and he was smoking with some of his friends that I knew, like Ethan, for example. He was with him on the day, and one of his old girlfriends named Michaela. Anyway, Tyler had a pack of, I believe it was the red Pall Malls. I gave them a try. I didn't care for them, but I still smoked a couple of it. That was my very, very first normal cigarette that I ever smoked. The first ever cigarette I ever tried, I was hanging out with one of my Gothic friends when I was like 8. And they have clove cigarettes. And this was back before Obama decided to dick around with the laws and shit like that about smoking with the Family Control and Prevention Act of 2009. If you ask me, that's a stupid fucking law. Anyway, one of my Goth friends, his name was Kyle. He had a pack of clove cigs. He looked almost exactly like this pack of Marlboros I have, which was kind of why I chose to smoke this pack. Anyway, I gave those bad bitches a try, and holy shit were they good. I was 8 years old, I was smoking that shit like this. Like, oh my god, it was so good. And Kyle noticed this and like, give it back, bitch. He didn't say the bitch part. But man, that was probably my favorite cigarette ever that I ever tried. And one of these days in the future, I will smoke clove cigarettes in the far future. I ordered myself a carton out of Indonesia. Because Indonesia is infamous for clove cigarettes. Why? Because that's where cloves came from. So they were like, why not just put some cloves in a cigarette and enjoy that shit? Anyway, that was the first ever cigarette I ever tried. Ever. The clove cigarettes. But in terms of a normal gay-ass smoke, it was the Pall Malls. And since then, I've just kind of learned the tricks of the trade. When I turned 18, the first ever pack of smokes I got was from a Walmart. They were the camel. They were a pack of camels. They were the blue pack design. That was the first ever pack of cigs I bought legally, so to speak. But when I was 7, but after I tried the Pall Malls, one time I managed to walk home from my school. And me being the bold motherfucker that I was, I went to a local gas station called Amstar. And the lady there was actually really cool and really nice. I told her, hey, I want to try a pack of smokes. And she was like, alright, what kind of flavor you want? She said, we got some smooth packs of smokes here, and then some stronger, robust packs up here. I said, I want a strong and robust cigarette. She suggested that I try the Marlboro Blacks, right? So I told her, here, let me get a pack of the Marlboro Blacks. She gave them to me, and she said, that'll be $8 even. I'm like, I got you. Coughed up the money, gave it to the bitch. And no questions asked. She didn't ask me how old I was. She was just cool as fuck and just got me what I wanted. And after that, experience, so to speak, I was for a little while hook, line, and sinker to the Marlboro Blacks. That was like one of the few cigarettes I ever smoked, period. But that gradually changed over the years when I started to try Camels, like the Camel Crushes, which are by far my favorite pack of, menthol cigarettes ever. And also, I gradually learned to appreciate non-filter cigarettes, like Lucky Strikes, Edgefield, which for whatever weird reason, I can only find in Missouri. Along with Lucky Strikes, which if you ask me is quite preposterous. But then again, I haven't been up north in, Springfield or in Chicago area. They probably have Lucky Strikes, but fuck them places. They're fucking expensive. Like, 15, 16 bucks a pack? Fuck you. I ain't spending that kind of money on a good pack of smokes. Fuck that. I'd rather go down to Missouri and pay like $9 per pack of Lucky Strikes, or $2.25 for motherfucking Edgefield non-filtereds. That's a good price, and they taste pretty good too. But that's just some of the other cigarettes that I've learned to appreciate. I've also learned to really, really like and appreciate Camel Wides from one of my friends, Ethan. He said, if you want a good pack of smokes, Mike, try the Camel Wides or the Camel Turkish blend. Camel Wides, in my opinion, are a little bit better because it's fatter. Like, literally, the diameter of a Camel Wide is like yay big. It's fucking cool as hell. One of the largest packs of smokes you can find in the United States. I don't know about any other country, but Camel Wides are pretty fat. I made a joke to one of my friends where Camel Wides are the Janko jeans of cigarettes, because Jankos are so big and wide. Yeah. And I also learned about American Spirits, right? They're a pretty popular cigarette brand. Pretty pricey too. Around where I live, they range around 10 to 11 bucks a pack. Sometimes, if you're lucky, if the guy at the gas station knows you and likes you, normally in that scenario they would run about like $9.70-something. How do I know? Because I know of a gas station in Carbondale, and they help me out because they know my situation with the new law changes, right? And let's just say, when they changed the law from 18 to 21, that was the most preposterous bullshit ever. Government dictating what people can and can't do, how they can and can't have fun. What kind of bullshit law is that? First, they started to ban clove cigarettes back in 2009, and now, excuse me. Fucking lighter ain't working. But anyway, what's really preposterous is 18 and 19 to 20-year-olds can't smoke now because of that fat fuck, J.B. Pritzker, decided to change the law about that, who can and can't smoke. And if you ask me, if you're old enough to serve in the military at 18, vote, then you should damn well be able to smoke a good cigarette, pipe, tobacco, whatever, tobacco-related products and e-cigs and what have you, along with being able to drink. That's my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree with me, but that's how I personally feel. Because people should be able to live a little bit in a responsible manner, right? If you are able to do that, then do whatever the fuck you want. You want to drink a good cocktail? Go for it. Enjoy yourself. Life is too short and fickle to restrict people on what they can and can't do. It's fucking ridiculous. That's weird. For once, the matches actually worked better than the lighter. Running out of juice. Fuck. Anyway. American Spirits. I forgot. I learned about American Spirits while I was at a Trump rally, believe it or not. This older gentleman noticed I was smoking my normal smokes at the time, the Marlboro Black. He says, those things are nasty, you know. I'm like, what you mean, man? And he says, that particular pack of cigarettes has so many fucking chemicals that by the time you're 30, you're going to be fucked. I'm like, okay, what do you suggest then? He pulled out his pack of American Spirits, and I believe they were the yellow variety. He said, try this. I tried it, and holy shit, it was a hell of a lot better than any Marlboros at the time. It was a lot cleaner, a lot smoother tasting, and it was a pretty damn good smoke. Even though the yellow brand of American Spirits are the more mellower blend. After I tried American Spirits, I went to one of my local gas stations and bought a carton of them. I bought the most robust tasting pack they have, which was the American Spirit Blacks. And and if you're up to me, I would chain smoke American Spirit Blacks any day over Marlboro Blacks. The flavor from the American Spirit Blacks are so much better. It's still robust, but it's like a smoother, and it has a very distinct toasty kind of flavor that I really like from the blend of tobacco grown in Louisiana. It's called a Perique. It's pretty cool. But yeah, and I've been smoking for 4 years now, going on 4 years. I started smoking since I was 17. I'm going to turn 21 by next year. I'm 20 years old. Imagine that. Am I going to continue chain smoking? Fuck yes. Why? 2 reasons. One, I hate living, and it's a true fact. Life is a bitch, especially when you become an adult. Adulting, you know, having to pay your taxes, you know, raising a family, all that other dumb bullshit that people do. Let's just say having to do all of that is taxing and stressful. And this is one of my ways to escape all that shit. Luckily, for me, I don't have to deal with family stuff yet. Thank God. But like with school shit and stuff and struggling with classes, this is one of my favorite ways to escape that. And feel better about myself. And the second reason why I like to smoke, it's a good time killer. And when you get experience with smoking, when you're hanging around with fellow smokers, they gradually learn to respect you and even help you out with bumming smokes, even buying packs for you if you're underage or just broke as fuck. You know? And some advice for all of y'all smokers out there that are young, that's like 16, 17, that kind of shit. I congratulate you for being able to get the packs of smokes that you desire. And I'm proud that you're able to take advantage of the system in a way that's both civically disobedient and also in a creative way with the people that are helping you out. Because you've asked me, and anybody with common sense, these new laws around the states here that are restricting people only to 21 and up is just idiotic and dumb. Because like I said, life is too short to restrict people from being masochistic, the ability to self-harm on yourself, right? And also just having a little bit of fun. And that's real talk, my friends. Anyway, I'm done for the day. I wish all of y'all a very happy Black Friday. Raise some hell. And this is Chain Smoking Mike. Glad to help all of y'all out and explaining myself and to all of y'all. Rock and roll.